Please. It stops here. You're taking it too far. For the sake of hip-hop, do not remix this song, Blackie. You're not equipped.
I ain't putting no one on a pedestal. I don't beef when I meet with a beat on my spit, but I promise I'm not homosexual. I got bars in the tandem, they walk in a line with the literal and hypothetical. Niggas is snakes, all the weed in the grass, got it high on the low like it's off of an edible. I've been speaking, but people don't notice. I'm biding my time, I might fuck around and change my handle to POTUS. Bars united, the state of my mind is as big as Texas, so they can't even hold them. You gotta see what I'm spitting, it's deep. If you sink, I might save you by pulling a Moses and parting the water inside of your system, creating a movement that they call osmosis. I'm not a lyrical miracle, God couldn't give you this skill if you prayed and had sex with a bitch named Syllable. I bet that half of my dick is a quarter, an inch, or double the African typical. I got the skill of a veteran mixed with the mind of a serial criminal. That's why my numbers are blowing, but you think I suck when I spit in these legends. Pretend I'm invisible, I'm not even that cynical. I'm barely at my pinnacle, don't wanna rap fast, but I know it's hypocritical. You niggas pitiful, if you think you fucking with me, it's blaspheme. My rap scheme is better in my visuals. Can't be beat, I'm better and I'm original. Double the skill of any individual, triple the speed and not even admissible, but very clickable and non-traditional. I'm unpredictable and way too fucking analytical. I got computer parts inside my brain. I hit a bill when I rap and he tells me he's coming, and then he opens up the gate. I'm not a monkey, but bitch, I'm a star and a king like Kong and Bay the Nape. If you got a problem with me, the equation to solve it is DAX equals great. You don't compute, your music's better on mute. I got the angle on you. Three-headed monster, my ranking is 90. You're barely at 50, your angle's acute. I got a star-spangled banner with rappers, I'm better than chilling inside of my room. They got more shine on a national level, but couldn't bear arms that I have moved. This isn't confidence, this is practice. I'm about to flex like lactic acid. I don't chase money or bitches, but somehow they find me like I'm a fucking magnet. I bounce back like elastic. Every song I drop's a fucking classic. I sow seeds that you can't see. Success was woven in my fabric. From the basement to the attic, independent, my illmatic flow is sick. I cannot cough, cause if I do, they might just catch it. Who you know do it better, no matter the weather. Who you know make it rain and make you get an umbrella. I suplex these bars and make them flip, then full Nelson Mandela. I got a triple entendre and a simile bomb, metaphorically teaching some masters to prove to you people I've mastered the art, and a PhD is what I've got to professor. The next generation of rapper whose level will need to be better in order to last in a space where you're better. Remember the legends who comes the pressure of acting the fool and just saying whatever to garner you numbers and sell you some records while putting in half of the effort than someone like me who they say isn't shit but is one of the best ever. What they gonna say now? What they gonna say when I make moves like a greyhound? What they gonna do when they hanging on like a playground? So many bars they can't even motherfucking break down. That's all, bitch, get your face down. I will never motherfucking lay down. Say now, that's what they motherfucking play now. Music for the people that'll never get played out. This is a breakdown. I ain't beefing unless I'm at a steakhouse. I move quick like I'm grabbing some takeout. All transactions are done through my PayPal. Anyways, back to the subject. I'm throwing them up like it's out of the stomach. I'm fisting the game, got my hand up your ass so it's brown. I feel like I'm controlling a puppet. I'm at McDonald's in Denver. I told them they should have assumed that I wanted some nuggets. They got some fries and a drink for the gang, so I banged on the window and told them to suck it. I'm out of control. I got booked for a murder. The beat that I killed is what paid my parole. I don't use gun bars unless I'm out and I need to reload. Then I explode and channel my aggression out to a remote location that you cannot reach without a boat and lots of patience. You're mistaken if you think I will not wrap you in some bacon and then feed you to a Jewish celebration that I'm at because of someone I was dating. Do not play at my station. The X in the box that I chose was for Caucasian. I would have chose black, but then there's half the chance I would have got the job. I need to make payments. I'm not playing PS5 of the last chicks I fucked were Asian. I'm not China, do it, but Taiwan to say that I'm not hating. Fuck, I'm amazing. I should play for Portland. I'm trail blazing. I had a dream I rap naked, then cock slap Satan. I dread rap like I'm Jamaican. Sock passe to all my Haitians. I don't jerk my chicken often. I rice peas and get creative. I'm not overrated, I'm overhated. People call me corny because I'm good creative. You're the opposite of what you do when you're constipated and try to tell the people that I'm not in the conversation. Fuck all the awards and all the stupid denominations. I'm about to show the definition of domination. I'm about to fuck with the deadliest combination of rap, sing, acting, fasting. Ain't nobody fucking with me when I get to rapping. I am the definition of a nigga who's smashing, everlasting, gasping, acting, adapting. This beat is like a tank that I'm gassing. They will never get the concepts I'm grasping, so they make jokes and start laughing and trashing, bashing and chanting while I'm constantly surpassing levels that I used to be on way back when I felt like I was John Paxson back in MJ shows. Last dance when splashing that shot fucking happened. I'm not human. My constant improvement's about to start a revolution. I X-Men out of the equation like a mutant. If there's better, put our lyrics side by side and fucking prove it. Shout out Eminem, the way they treat me, I just might lose it. I'm not superstitious, I'm spiritual, I'm not religious. I pray to God every time that I murder or beat on my knees and I ask for forgiveness. I'm about to bail on you niggas like Christian and Catholic, all of you into submission and go to the churches. I grew up and talked to the deacon, and that's why he touched all his children. You people see it, but you don't have vision. I'm not a piece you can put in position. I don't play chess and I checkmate. You hear, but you do not listen. So many lines, I'm about to go fishing. I'm cooking it up like it's out of the kitchen. They call me a pussy, I think that it's funny because I just bought me a couple of kings. They cannot compete, there is no competition. I stay in the cut like a couple of stitches. I'm running the train on these beats like these rappers in Hollywood do to these video vixens. I'm not stopping, I'ma do it often. Won't fall a leaf like the trees in autumn. I'm winter cold, so I got them coughing. They'll scream my name like they're at an auction. They'll jack my phone where I'll get it popping and brush it off and get back to flossing. My trip is real, I don't got a faucet. I'm Michael Scott, how I'm in the office, I'll make you nauseous. This is not TikTok rap, I don't got time for that. I'm ahead, that's why they talk behind my back. That went over yours and right up your ass. Only person I can throw them at is no life shack. I kill it, so much drip, I got spillage. So many bars I could feed a village. I pop their eyes, I'm one of a kind, they can tell I eat my spinach. I'm setting a record with somebody pretty, please call Guinness. I see red while I'm in my zone like it's fourth and inches. Don't blink, you just might miss it. I am the best in this business. Get another person to do what I've done without no recognition. That's no playlist or assistance from a major label system. And the radio went zero time on any television. Go drink OJ and watch Simpsons. I bet you won't find a witness. What I gotta do to get it through to you, I'm motherfucking Dex, not motherfucking immovable. If anybody's better than put us inside a cubicle and let us wrap it out, and I promise I'll make it beautiful. The shit is in my veins, so I'm taking these pharmaceuticals. They need to lock me up because I'm firing up like a juvenile. I'm about to get it popping, I'm never stopping. You better proceed with caution. I'm rapping and paying homage and lyrically giving knowledge. I'm brutally fucking honest, and everybody knows I spit fiery flames. I'm saying assalamu alaikum to my he's in the middle of the east, and my habibis in the Himalayas. Better respect it when you motherfuckers speak on my name. I'm ready to burn up.
G12.
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 It's getting serious on this track, fam.
G12. The big board.
It's recruiting where the good become great
Skirt.
and the great can fall. Come on, G12.
Gratata.
Welcome in, everyone. It's the Big Board Show. Everyone wants to know where the top are gonna go. Where's the 5-star bus? Find those 2-star gems. Throw the kitchen sink at them to make you sign them. Chuckleberry producing Emigs, hold it down. And if you ain't know, this is Mac on the sound. Spend those points wisely, get them in for a visit. Scouting is the key, man, you don't wanna miss it. G12 coming at you with the Big Board Show. Migsy, take it from here. Hey G12, let's go.
Gratata.
What's going on, guys? Welcome on into the Big Board. I'm your host, Emigs. Gonna hit a little recruiting coverage today. And then obviously we have a big game coming up right after this. Rocky Top Gaming, Tennessee, coming into Happy Valley to take on Hardcor and Penn State. Today we're going to have a guest head coach from Oklahoma State. We got MacDub Kruger. I don't know which coach we're getting today. But yeah, we had some good games this week. We had kind of a blowout last night. It got away from Nasty late. Really good game from Thrizzy. And now I'm blanking on the first game.
I believe it was Chuckleberry versus Kaz.
Chuckleberry versus Kaz, that's right. And then that was also a blowout. So I'm really hoping Rocky Top can win. I know I'm a commentator for that, but I'm definitely going to be biased. I want Rocky Top to pull off that upset. But at least I'm just hoping he can keep it close. All right, but let's get into the big board. We already hit recruits 1 through 20 these past couple of weeks. So we're going to hit 20 to 30 this week. And it looks like we're going to start at 21. We got Joseph Holland. And this is probably our 10th athlete. So this is another athlete we got. And this is going to be MacDub's board. So we see he's interested in MacDub. And that guy's fast. He's a 4.46 speed out of Michigan. And up next, Nick Montgomery. Fresno State and UCLA have been killing it in these wide receivers out of California. This is, I think, the 3rd or 4th guy in their top 3. Another 5-star. That's from San Diego. He's not slow. He's not fast at 4.5. Sometimes those guys can have sneaky speed. And after Montgomery, we got big Anthony McNeil out of Brunswick, Ohio, about 20 minutes from where I'm from, I think. So we got Baker, obviously, in 2nd, and then Thrizzy in 3rd there. And that's another 5. So we're coming to the end of the 5-stars with Anthony McNeil. We got 2 more coming up. Looks like Kevin Anderson, the athlete out of Hawaii. and he's looking at Texas. He's looking at Fantasy League in Texas. He's also got 4.54 speed. He's 38% locked, so Fantasy might have to make a push. I'm not sure how involved he is with that guy. And then for our last 5-star, we got Tez Douglas out of Novato, California. Also not, that's one of those guys I feel he's going to be like an 88 speed, so probably not someone I would go after hard. But so that's the last 5-star, Tez Douglas out of California. No users on his top 3. And then heading into 4-stars, our top-ranked 4-star is Travis Parrish from Florida, Orlando, Florida. No users in that top 3, and somehow UAB is fighting Florida and Alabama for this guy. And there's another recruit from Hawaii, David Carter. He looks like a military kid, right? He's got that like military cut over on the Navy base. So he's from Hawaii. It's a 76 overall. He's fast, 4.42 speed, but no users in that top 3.
We call that a high and tight Emigsy.
High and tight. And then Brian Gordon, 4-star wide receiver. He looks slow, so he's probably a possession wide receiver out of Tucker, Georgia. And obviously no users there in that top 3. After Gordon, we got Keenan Smith. Also from, I don't know where Brook Park are. I feel like that's a Cleveland suburb. I don't know. But 4-star wide receiver, and that might be one of the fastest guys we've had. 4.40 speed, and Texas and Fantasy World League is going to go after Keenan hard, I'm guessing. Keenan and Kale. Then to round out this top 30, we got Blake Wilson, and 4.32. So, okay, 79% locked, OU's in first, but I am 100% certain Hardcor is part of that 79%. He's probably going hard after this guy. What is that? Blake Wilson out of Arkansas, 4.32 speed. I like how he's 30. That's the last guy we got to touch on, but he might be like a sneaky top 3 guy already. All right, guys, that's the top, our top 10 for today. We've hit 1 through 30. Now I'm going to go ahead and welcome on in Coach MacDub of Oklahoma State. Coach MacDub, how you doing?
I'm doing well, buddy. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it. Eager to show you my board. I'll be transparent as hell, man. I don't really care. I actually have a question for you. This lock percent. So you just mentioned it, 79%. This isn't, I guess I just always assumed this is like this person is 79% locked on Oklahoma, but that's not how it works.
I might be wrong on that. It might be, but I'm also guessing. I feel like Hardcor knows that guy's extremely fast. So if he's in second and UL Monroe's in third, I'm guessing it's a battle between those two.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, 4.32. That should be pretty good.
Yeah. You hear me talk about the 40 time. That's usually all I look at. When I'm looking at skill positions. I just want speed.
Yeah, I'm with you there. All right. So where would you like me to start here? You said team overview?
Team needs.
Team needs.
Sorry.
Okay. Team needs. I need a fullback like every team does.
I think that's because they go in those rosters and basically get rid of every fullback, but who cares, right?
Yeah.
So is Chuba leaving?
I hope not. He's only a junior.
Okay.
And obviously in this game, it's pretty easy to talk guys back into.
Yeah.
I'm sure he'll try to declare, but I hope not. I hope I get him for one more year after this. But we're definitely looking for his replacement. So.
Looks like you got 5 wide receivers heading out. So that's definitely going to be a spot to look at, right?
Yep. Yeah. We do have a lot of seniors at receiver. I think I've got some guys on the board though.
So wide receiver, definitely spot you're going to be looking for. Offensive line, I don't know how good. It looks like you're just going to have sophomores probably either becoming redshirt or sophomores or juniors next year. Is offensive line, are you worried about that?
A little bit. We're kind of weak on the right side, but those are our younger guys anyway. So, but I think we have two pretty good guys on the left side, left tackle and left guard. But I believe those are both seniors, so it's definitely something we're looking at.
And so Spencer Sanders is a junior too, right? You have no senior quarterbacks.
Spencer Sanders, I think, actually is a redshirt sophomore.
Oh,
I think
that's nice.
I could be wrong. Yeah, I'll have to check in on that. But I do play in an offline dynasty with these guys. I started one once I figured out I was going to be them. So, and I want to say I had Sanders for 3 years.
That's awesome. Then you won't need to look for a quarterback for a year or two, probably, right?
Yeah.
All right, so offense, maybe looking for some depth at running back, and then, like you said, the right side of the line, but probably wide receiver number 1.
Yeah, but then I just looked at this. I don't have a receiver targeted, do I?
Do you have athletes?
I'm sure we do. We'll look at
it. All right, on defense, looks like that front 7, you're losing an end, a tackle, 2 line, and then 4 linebackers, and then also 2 cornerbacks. Oh, wow. Looks like you're kind of losing a lot here on defense. And your defense is actually really good this year, right?
It's rated well. Yes, it is. Yeah. It's like 93.
So yeah, after this year, you're only going to have 5 corners on the roster. Ooh, Macdom. This is like the first overview, I think, where stuff's jumping out at me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So we got 4 corners targeted.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, I think you can see here. I definitely have like heavily defense targets right now. I think 14 out of my 22 targets are.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Side, so. Yeah.
So basically, it's wide receiver, offensive line, then defense.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Cool. Okay. Let's go take a look at your Oklahoma State's ratings. I just like to see this.
Okay. So that.
I think my school.
Teaching me here.
And again, so all the coach stability. Oh, why is your coach stability A?
Good question. Is
0? should not be right. 0 years at the school, 0 years for your OC.
Well, they just know that I'm a lawyer.
You're here for the long haul.
Yeah, they know the Kruger. I'm a man of my word, so my prestige is pretty low, which is bullshit. But
got to win some games.
Academics, we don't care about those around here. Screw that.
Yeah, so academic you build up by playing freshmen early. Program tradition, I'm pretty sure, is just winning stuff. Yeah, targeting prospects that don't have to wait long.
Interesting. That makes 0 sense, but okay.
Yeah. Apparently that makes your school smarter.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, you gain awareness on the football field, so.
Yeah. And program traditions basically just winning conference championships, bowl games, rivalries.
We'll get that to A easily after we win a conference championship and a natty this year. So.
Yeah, I think you're looking good. Those B pluses will probably jump to A's, and then that A minus championship contender will probably jump. Honestly, I have a feeling your stability is gonna, because that's wrong. It shouldn't be A. You got somehow it either glitched or you got lucky or something. I don't know, but I have a feeling it's gonna go down to C after this year.
Okay, all right. Well, now you got me curious. I'm just gonna look at others. Okay, so yeah, Ohio State's is C plus. Hey, Yopi's
A plus. So maybe it's the DC, because you had a 2-year DC and he has a 2-year DC.
What does
but then he has a 3-year OC.
It could just be random.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at these guys cheating with like their athletic facilities and shit. Oh, go for it. Go figure, right? Ohio State. All right, my bad.
Yeah, I mean, like you just shown, Baker's worst rating is basically a B plus because that coach prestige. Everyone has a low one, so that'll raise. All right, that's enough for that. Now we can go. Knocked up another one of the coaches who's mentioned he doesn't really care about showing his board. Nothing to hide, really.
Nope.
No secrets.
You want to see the board, huh?
Let's see it.
All right. Oh, we got a lot of guys visiting this week. I have obviously we got a home game against Yofi, so I'm putting it all on the line this week. Just let me know
sort.
What you want me to do.
Yeah, press X and sort by overall.
Overall, gotcha.
Okay, so this is you're probably, and then we got that cornerback number 2, but you want Gerard Smart out of Centerville, South Carolina. This looks like your guy.
Yeah, and I don't think I know I'm down, but he's got this visit, so
go to top schools on him.
Top schools.
So yeah, you're giving him 700 points and you're losing 85 points just because that bonus from Georgia. But the CP, so it looks like Thursday's going for him too, but Thursday's losing more points than you are. So Stoner's there too. And Stoner's got that week 14 scheduled. That's going to be a battle. I think right now it's Stoner in the lead out of the users, obviously.
Yep.
And then that late visit helps.
So I need to win the game, and then I need to have 2 sacks with a linebacker. Coming for you, Yofi.
You should get more points. It says winner user versus user game. They should give you more than 100.
All right, we'll put that on the wish list for.
Yeah, that's my number one.
Okay. All right.
This might be one of the best names I've ever seen. Chuck Mark.
Chuck Mark. I was like check mark. Let's get here. Fucking Idaho, dude.
So Idaho, not even a team in the lead for Chuck Mark.
This must have been a gem I found, huh? 3-star, 79 overall guy.
Yeah. Let's go over to top schools.
Look at that, +8.
And 91.
None of you new guys, none of you coaches go and find this dude, okay? Right. Top schools.
So you just gotta give him 1 point and you'll start gaining.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You know what I mean? Like you only need to do 325 and you would not lose any. And if you max them at 7, then you'll be gaining like 350 or something.
Makes sense. We'll have to look at that.
And stay away from Chuck Mark. Okay.
Yeah, everyone stay away from him. Jabronis. Oh, look at that.
So I mean, just looking at your top guys, it's what we talked about though. It's defensive backs, front 7, offensive line.
Yep.
And then is go to Casey Gardner.
Casey Gardner, the athlete, huh? You want to see what he's at here. It looks like QB.
Or he could be a receiver too. He wouldn't be the best catching receiver, but he could be a receiver. Honestly, I'm looking at speed. So he's 89, 91. Agility is more of the, like, it helps with juking and just angling.
Yep.
But I'm mostly looking at speed and acceleration. Oh, Fairfield, Ohio. Nice.
6'1", 199.
It's like me.
Looks like it's like I'm losing out. Oh no. Look at this, man.
So again, Mac, like you could take, if you put 700 in him, you'll get him by like week 6. Those other teams will stop.
Yeah, we'll have to see here. I like my 145. No, I'm just kidding. All right. What else you want to look at?
So that's your basically your number one wide receiver. I'd say, but he can play QB too, like you said.
Yeah, I don't have something I may need to go look for. I don't have an actual receiver. See if I have an actual, like, an athlete that's a god.
No. The defensive lineman or a linebacker or something.
Yeah.
All right, but honest, I mean, you're hitting all your needs. You're just going front 7, offensive line, defensive backfield, and then trying to hit on an athlete for that wide. That's another spot too. There's so many wide receivers in the database that by week 4, 5, 6, you can go hit some of those wide receivers who aren't getting recruited.
Look at this guy's name, Clint Torres.
Sean Wade.
Yes, Sean Wade. Wrong position, but it's JUCO. Do you go for JUCOs at all?
When I'm a bad school, I'll go for JUCOs. Yeah. But when I kind of do this. I do a weird thing. I don't know if it's smart. I make my threshold a 70. If you're worse than a 70, I'm not going after you.
Oh, really? Well, yeah. No, I guess
it's different. User league's different.
Yeah. So that was the thing. Like, if I kind of try to stay away. Like, if I saw Ohio State ahead of me, or Clemson, or
Texas.
Yeah, or Texas, or maybe even Notre Dame, I was like, I'm probably not going to get these guys over them. Like, all the other schools, I think I have a decent shot at. You know, Miami's probably around where I'm at.
No, yeah, I'd say it's Clemson, Texas, Ohio State, Notre Dame. I don't know if I'm forgetting anyone.
Yeah, I probably need to just go back through and, like, at this point, take some guys off. Maybe go try and find some other guy. I don't know. I only have 22 guys to begin with.
I mean, dude, a lot of times what I end up doing is by week 2, I only have 10 guys. Like, those are the 10 guys I really, really want. And I focus on them. And then week 5, 6, I add 10, 15 more.
This guy, like, it says I need a fullback. I don't know why I added him. I don't want this shit dick on my team, you know?
Jermaine Lane?
2-star. Blocking, though, that's good. Good to have a fullback when, especially if I'm going to go with a certain playbook when I'm just all in shotgun and don't have a fullback
Yeah.
on the field. So it's
Ever.
to have this guy on the. Hey, look at this guy, Jason Gorman. You don't know Jason Gorman like I know Jason Gorman, but I bet he's going
That
to be the best.
name sounds familiar. Yeah, he's fast. 91,
I think this is the
93.
guy we already looked at. So let me take this.
All right, cool. I mean, I think it's basically what we just said. You're hitting all your needs. You're going after what you need to. So I like the board. I like some of those guys you're hitting too.
Yeah. All right. Well. Oh, freaking A. That guy's not good, but he's 94 speed.
All right, let's show you that screen that you've still never seen before on your own.
You know what? I did what you told me to do. You want the pipeline, right? Guys,
Yep.
I've never seen this. I remember when Bert posted the tweet, and I was like, I was like, is this in the game?
I mean, it's just information. It's not. Yeah, it's just showing you where you're going. And you're obviously like only two in is Texas pipeline? Yeah, Texas is a
And they have
pipeline.
two pipeline states, right? That's what they're showing, Texas and Oklahoma. I should definitely try to branch out and get
Louisiana. I would go east, hit those like southeast states. Yeah, Louisiana's always good, and then the closer you get to Florida, obviously.
Got two guys in Florida. We're liking South Carolina for some reason.
No, honestly, so far everyone's map, like you're still mostly right there in that center of the country, branching out a little bit. Obviously, you got to hit Ohio. We got the best high school football, so that makes sense.
Oh, you think so?
No,
okay,
but we're up there.
I don't even have my own home state.
I like it that you're probably gonna have to. You need to keep Texas. I guess you got 23, so you don't have to worry about it yet. But you got to make sure to keep Texas. That's basically it for me, Mac. You got anything?
No, I don't think so, buddy.
Who do you got tonight? Rocky Top against Hardcor.
You want me to pick? I'm a coach, man.
I want you to pick.
I don't think I should.
I want you to pick.
I don't think I should be picking.
I want you to pick.
Let's go with the smart choice.
Since he has Rocky Top.
Yet. Well, that's not a dumb choice, but I'm just saying the man hasn't lost yet. He put up 66 points against the number 2 preseason ranked coach last week. So, yeah, I'm just gonna go with him.
Yeah, I obviously took Rocky Top.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sticking with it. I'm hoping he keeps it close, can somehow sneak out a win, but I just want a good game. I want an entertaining 4-quarter game. That's it for me, guys. So you will catch me on this call. Again, I'm sorry if you've been talking to me this entire chat because this is pre-recorded. Thank you for hanging out. Yeah, make sure to catch the game in a couple minutes and have a good night.
All right, guys, thank you for watching that pre-recorded video of the big board with Emigs. Please don't go anywhere. We're going to go to the starting soon screen as we get ready for this matchup between Rocky Top Gaming and Hardcor CFB. Kickoff is set for 8:15 Central. We will be right back.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the G12 Network, the very best NCAA Football 14 online dynasty around. And who else could introduce the G12 better than me? That's right, the coach. Now, thank you for supporting everybody at G12. Sit back, relax.
Good night, G12. How's it going? We got myself, John Robb, and Emigs here tonight to call one heck of a football game. We got Hardcor versus Rocky Top. Emigs has been looking forward to this one. Emigs, how's it going, man?
Doing pretty good. This wasn't voted game of the week, but in my opinion, this is game of the week because I think we're now starting to go down the line of guys who have a shot to take down Hardcor, right? Everyone wants a shot at the king now, and I feel like if Yofi wasn't going to do it, this is my next pick to do it.
Yeah, I know. You've been really talking up Rocky, picking this upset since the season started, I think. So I know you're excited to see if that can happen. I know Pirate in the chat just doesn't care what happens as long as Hardcor loses. I think a lot of people are eyeing that to see who can take this guy down. He's obviously the champion of this league last season and now looked really good against Yofi last week, as we know. What are you expecting to see? This is Rocky's first game. What are you expecting to see out of him tonight with this Tennessee football team?
Honestly, for as much as I am on the Rocky Top train, I don't know. I am not too familiar with his game. I've been in a dynasty with him, but I was in it for 2 seasons, and we never played each other. But he was always doing really well. So I've never played him. I've only ever seen him in that game against D's, and then those CPU games, and then the tournament, obviously. So I don't really remember, and I haven't been watching his stream enough, unfortunately. I've just been slacking in that area. But I just know Rocky Top's a pro when it comes to user versus user games. That's kind of his bread and butter. I feel like that's why we saw him struggle against the CPU. He's just more used to playing against users.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of why, I talked about that in the preseason show that I was probably a little bit low on Rocky just because of what we saw at the end of the season last year, right? He had a great game plan against D's and pulled that upset out. Did that have a little bit to do with his roster? He's dealing with a little bit different roster in this Tennessee team, yet this is his team, kind of like D's plays with or Chuck plays with or Nasty. That doesn't always help, though. I think we saw an element of that with Thrizzy and Nasty last night where it just seemed like those rosters are a little bit better for some of these teams over Cincinnati or over and we'll see how good the Tennessee team is. It's not a bad roster. I think we even said on paper they're a little bit better than Penn State. Yeah. So sometimes that doesn't matter, right? Like, because Penn State isn't a good roster, but Hardcor obviously blew out Yofi last week, excuse me. So I'm just interested to see, how he plays. I haven't caught Rocky enough probably this season or in the past either. He just kind of streams at times where I can't catch him, and I've caught some of his clips and stuff because I follow him on Twitter. Crazy stuff tends to happen in his games. Onside kicks. Yeah. Like I think a couple weeks ago he had a user game where he got like 2 onside kicks at the end of the game and came back and won somehow. So it's just wild stuff like that usually happens for him. So he does play this game a lot, we know. And I don't think any of us were expecting to beat D's in the SEC championship last year, and he definitely pulled that off. Yeah. Can he stop the Buck sweep? I'm sure he's studied that and talked to his guys about that.
See, stuff like that, I feel like that's where these guys who have a lot of user versus user history, or what's the word I'm looking for? Experience. They're just better at adapting. They've seen it all. You know what I mean? They've seen those runs the outside. Although that running back, Jordan, he's really fast, as we saw. So, I mean, even if it's coming sometimes, he'll still be able to beat you. But like you said, when you were calling out Rocky Top's highlights, they're always against users, right? Like, I notice it too. It's always a user game. So, I don't know. It's just, for me, I feel like that is huge. Just that experience playing against users.
Right, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And I think just that experience makes you better. We know, like you brought it up, like you said, and then the show almost ad nauseum, that he does play these top 100 players a lot in this game. So can the experience override? We know the majority of this game for Hardcore is spent on offline dynasties on his stream. But we've also seen him just pick up and play guys and win, right?
Yeah,
like
randomly.
you should have tapped. He was getting blown out, but
And his offline dynasty is not an offline dynasty.
that's
Like
also
that
true,
thing is
right?
insane. He has like a 55 overall team, and he's at 0 versus 100 sliders. So I guess it might even out there a little bit too.
Right. He's talked about that before, even with the sliders of going from his offline dynasty to this, online dynasty where the sliders are basically default sliders and things seem a little bit easier for him at times. So that's also an advantage.
It's like training with weights, right?
Yeah. The only guy that I've seen play this game with a more difficult situation lately is probably Big N with his cupcake team and the crazy sliders. But Hardcore, it's Hardcore when it comes to, the way he plays this game. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. You can see there on paper, Tennessee's a better team. They're even offensively a little bit better defensively for Tennessee. In real life, that probably doesn't pan out. Neither one of these teams, honestly, had a good year in 2021 in real life. That doesn't really equate here. But, it should be really interesting to see how this thing goes.
He's got to go down now.
Yeah, and like you said, he's going to have – Hardcore's going to try it. He's going to try the buck sweep and those weird little flexible counters. And if Rocky Top's on top of it, we'll see a quick adjustment, obviously. Hardcore wasn't – we mentioned it. We called that game. I feel like he wasn't really tested until the third quarter. It felt like that's when Yofi finally started making some run adjustments. So, but I do think Rocky Top is going to be more on top. He's not going to get beat by 30 points, I hope, knock on wood. So, yeah. But, I mean, at the same time, I'm talking a lot about Rocky Top. Hardcore's the guy, so I won't be surprised if he takes this one.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Rocky said he's going to kick to him. We saw Nike Jordan last week have 4 total touchdowns, 2 kick returns, 1 run return, 1 receiving touchdown. So who's going to be that guy for Rocky? Who's going to be his standout players? I mean, I can tell you just because I'm a Tennessee fan, how is the quarterback going to look? It's, I don't know because we don't have the luxury of just pulling up the game and looking at the rosters that they're using. At least I don't. At the moment, I don't have the game right now. So
I know one of the guys to watch out for is going to be that true freshman wide receiver who I'm pretty sure is the fastest player in the game. I'm not sure his name. You might know, but that guy, I'm pretty sure
it's going to be number 11. I don't know if he's renamed his guys or not. We'll have to wait and see for that. We didn't get any info on that before the game. But it's number 11.
He'll get a lot of plays. Like I'm pretty sure I would have him 3 in my depth chart.
Yeah.
Returning
kick. Yeah, absolutely. And you're going to see number 5, Justin Palmer. Once again, if these guys are renamed, it's not going to really equate. But you're going to see Eric Gray offensively. Defensively, Henry To'oTo'o is probably his best player on defense. And then Hardcore obviously just had playmakers all over the place for Penn State. It's a little bit confusing because I don't have these guys memorized in the game for what they've been renamed. I should probably do more homework on that. But
it's hard, man.
Hard.
I was going to say that it's funny as you're naming all these Tennessee guys, like most of these guys are gone, right?
Right, yeah, like they all transferred. Literally, they brought a bus. Oklahoma brought a bus over at Knoxville and just picked these guys up and drove them over there. So, Thrizzy's like, I remember Nike Jordan. So we'll see how this thing pans out and what the strategy is for Rocky and what this is going to go. We're going to get it kicked off, and it looks like it's going to be Penn State receiving. So here we go. We know he had 2 kickoff returns last week, and he's going to get the ball first here.
But that's already like a half a win for Rocky Top, you know what I mean? Just the ability to receive at half.
Yeah, I mean, that gives you that opportunity to steal points, as we see so many times. Thrizzy did it the other night. It's a good kick out of bounds. So there you go. Brent Samaga is able to kick it out of the back of the end zone. You don't got to worry about a return if you boot it out of the back of the end zone, right? So hopefully he's not going to give him an opportunity just by kicking it out of the back. And Rocky's in the chat saying, well, that's one way to do it. So 1st and 10 at the 25 as we get kicked off here. Number 2, Penn State, as it's ranked by the computer, versus number 19, Tennessee. And hopefully we can get some power rankings this week and give our own rankings a little bit. And the weekly show is what we've talked about. So a little sneak peek there of what's going to happen. And already we see sets up that motion and buck sweep, run up the middle to most sneakers, no gain. So good start for Rocky, and it's Henry Toto, who we mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast.
Yeah, I don't know if he just kind of got lucky and guessed the right, because I thought that was going out left, right? I don't know if you did, but I thought that was going out.
It looked like it was going to be that buck sweep again, yeah. Right? That he just absolutely killed Yofi with those jet sweeps and buck sweeps last week. And yeah, it's a good win early for Rocky, but there's a long way to go.
Definitely running this 3-3-5. There it is, and nothing doing.
So he's not going to give it to him. He's going to make him throw the ball. Rocky's got to feel good about that. He knows the defense to run to stop those kind of things. It's going to be a hurry up for Penn State here, and it's going to be 3rd and 11. So Rocky's going to make it hard. He's not going to give him the easy stuff here early.
Yeah, I don't know how much 3-3-5 Yofi you're in, but I like how it works. Oh, nice little curl route there on 3rd down, 15-yard pickup.
Joseph Goat there. It's another named. So Big Emigs gets his first reception or completion there, and it's a reception. And it's going to be 1st and 10 to 38. So just a good curl route there with that, playing off a little bit with the corners, and he's able to give him the first down.
I'm closing the bet, by the way.
Yeah, but already a better start than Yofi, right? He was able to stop that deathly powerful run attack when we've already seen 2 quick stops on it.
Yeah, absolutely. Still same formation, so no change in formation here early. There's that motion. It's going to be back to Jordan, and it's not going to get going. So no fooling Rocky Top. Obviously, like we talked about, has the experience, knows the plays that he needs to stop those kind of runs in that formation. So you can already see he's thought, if he's in that formation, this is what I'm going to run, and this is what I'm going to key on.
Yeah, it does seem like whenever he's coming out in that flex bone, it's a run, right? And so, Rocky Top's, I know I'm not able to guess where it's going. I've been wrong every time in my mind where it's going, but he seems to have a pretty good grasp on it.
Well, he's just got those defensive ends out there and the outside linebackers able to cover that. And definitely getting some penetration always helps.
Yeah, and he guessed it right there. He's guessed it. He brought those linemen in on this dive, but it's going to work here for Nike Jordan, breaking a tackle out for a first down, 12-yard pickup.
Yeah, so there we just see a switch of formation, and Nike Jordan's just a tough guy to stop. There's no else to do it. He's got him stopped for maybe a 2-yard gain, and then he just bounces off a guy and runs for a 12-yard gain and a first down.
And lucky it was 12 yards, because if he is able to build, he might be the fastest guy we have in the league.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's going to be another 5-yard gain there for Nike Jordan. So now the running game's starting to click as it's just a draw right up the middle there out of the shotgun. So he's got out of that flex bone into the shotgun, and it's working out for him here in the run game.
Yeah, spreading things out, making Rocky have to look for the pass at least and not load the box.
Going to be a counter. Lots of pressure again, right up the middle there. No unblocked really, as penetration just comes right up the middle. It's going to be a 3-yard loss, make it 3rd and 8. So now another 3rd down situation. Probably in a point at the 48 where he could probably go for it if it's 4th and short. It doesn't have to punt. He's in kind of that no man's land if he gets close to the first down. So we'll see what kind of play call he's going to have here. It's going to be a run with Jordan. So he's going to audible to a pass. Once again, this chess game of fake audibles, actual audibles, hot routes. What's he going to do? He's going to Big Emigs is going to roll out and late pass, and it's going to be complete in a 1st and 10. So just held it, was patient until he came open and just throws a bullet.
It feels like really impossible. Obviously Rocky Top's off to a much better start, like I mentioned, and still off to a better start even on that first down. But it just feels like if he's not going to get you one way, he's going to get you another.
Yeah,
off the back foot.
Yeah, off the back foot. He felt a little rush there, and just kind of like a lame duck pass over the middle for Big Emigs, and it's going to be 2nd and 10.
Come on, kid.
My boy, what are you doing, right?
It's funny because I am kind of openly rooting for Tennessee.
No doubt about that, dude. He is a guru
So it's going to be 2nd and 10. Now 4:15 left, so he's eating off a lot of this quarter here on this drive. Dawson's going to go in motion. Another handoff to Nike Jordan up the middle, and it's going to be a minimal gain, 3rd and 7. So we got another 3rd down. So he's 2 for 2 on 3rd downs. Can he get the stop on 3rd down here? That's the question. What is Hardcor going to throw at him? Like, we've seen a bunch of different stuff. We've seen a throw out of the flex bone on that first drive, and then we saw, a rollout. And so we've seen all sorts of different formations here on 3rd down. What's he going to throw at him this time?
Yeah, another 3rd and long, and he's been able to convert here. Let's see what Rocky Top can do. Looks like it's going to be a throw. Emigs dropping back, rolling left. No one open. There's defenders in the area. Interception by the defense in Tennessee. Huge pick by Rocky Top in that defense early in the first quarter.
Absolutely. Great user there. Got that safety over there, covered that running back who he tried to get late, and that's going to stop any points. So a great stop for Rocky. We talked about it was a better start than we saw in that first game against Yofi. And here we go. So it's a start, and I have no clue where the quarterback is. His number is 68, so it's obviously somebody named
Papa Yordo.
Papa Yordo. All right, so I actually don't know which player that is because he changed his number, but dude is huge.
Is it? He might have went, because I have ran some seasons with him. I think it's the Bailey kid who's not the actual starter, right?
Yeah, so he would have been the freshman. So Harrison Bailey, maybe.
He's kind of fast, right?
Yeah, I mean,
I don't really know. I had a season with him.
Multiple options. Yeah.
He had like 30 rushing touchdowns with him.
Yeah, so it's going to be a throw, and it's going to be a 2-yard gain. So not a great start for Rocky in this field position, but he does get it back to 3rd and manageable after that big loss on 1st down. So here we go, ball at the 15. Important 3rd down here, right? Like, you want to try to get a little bit more yardage at least, so where you're not giving the ball back close to the 50.
Yeah, and you want to get something off that turnover, right? Able to somehow pull off that turnover. Hardcor was rolling it. It seemed like something was going to happen points-wise for Hardcor. And so on the flip side, you really want to get some points on the board for
it was a minimum field goal, right? So 3rd and 8, empty backfield. And we'll see here, 3rd and 8, time running down. He's going to drop back, and it's going to be a completion for a 1st down. It was pretty close to being a pick, but Ramel Keaton gets a 1st down there. So it'll be 2 for 2 now for the quarterback, Papa Yardo. And so that's what he needed, right? Kind of get out of the back of his own end zone. And, man, that was pretty close on the replay there to being a pick, but it's going to be 1st and 10 now for Tennessee. It's going to be Eric Gray. He's going to get in some space here, and he's going to stop, and it's going to be a 1st down. 15 yards, just like you said, and that's actually going to be Todd Chandler and not Eric Gray. So he's got Todd Chandler starting, and it's a good start for the running game for Rocky there.
Yeah, and we didn't see much. Oh, Mac Dub. Wow.
And there's his match, I believe, right? So 447.
Okay.
Dono for Mac. Wow. Good donation there by Mac. Appreciate that, buddy. Puts his money where his mouth is, that's for sure. Another run. This time it's only going to be a 1-yard gain for Todd Chandler and be 2nd and 9, about 2 minutes left. So this first quarter has gone by pretty quick, right? Like, Hardcor had it most of the time, and now Tennessee's driving, so it's 0-0. And with that big interception by Rocky and his close to the red zone there.
Yeah, and I've already said it a few times, but already so many emotes I couldn't. Oh my god!
Oh my god! It's a huge strip on the sideline, and there's our 2nd turnover of the game, and that was LeVar Arrington. Throwback to the early 2000s, LeVar Arrington with dreads. That was a sick strip because that was a great play by Rocky, and a lot of times you call fumbles lucky, but that was just a user strip if I ever saw one.
But still, at the same time, just a killer on a huge completion. He broke out, and that I know I'm a Ohio State homer. That reminds me of Ohio State Miami. Ohio State throws an interception late in the 4th, and Maurice Claret gets a strip on the interception to give us the ball back. So it just reminds me of that coming off the pick.
A lot of what that looked like, just ran him down from behind and just smashing that strip button, and it pops out, and he gets right on the sideline too. Also, Rocky unfortunately didn't bounce out of bounds, and Hardcor a little fortunate that it didn't, and was able just to pick it up. So 2nd and 9 there after that 1 yard run, and it's again with Nike Jordan right up the middle, just bouncing off guys. And it's going to be a 3rd and 1 8-yard rush for Nike Jordan there.
I mean, that might be the play of the year so far. That was just an awesome defensive play. That was a user strip, like you said. That wasn't a lucky fumble. He stripped that thing, so what a play.
It's going to be a safety blitz. He drops him back in coverage, but he's going to find Lambert Smith open for a 2-yard gain. It's going to be a 1st down. So another 3rd down conversion here for Hardcor. 1st and 10 now, ball getting close to the 50 at the 40, zone 46. Still in this hurry up now. Likes the defense that Rocky's in, and he's going to try to take advantage of that.
Yeah, able to move the ball. Let's see if Rocky can either get a quick stop here before he passes the 50 or force a turnover. Big sack here by Rocky Top. Only losing a yard, though.
Probably shouldn't have stopped there. Should have just went. Once he rolled out, he didn't have the time to stop and throw it. So big sack there by Rocky, like you said, and it's going to make it 2nd and 11.
Yeah, I just watching that replay. He definitely should have just kept running. He had Rocky Top was using that guy on the edge and was backing up.
Try to stop and take the shot, though. So here we go. It's going to be a play action. Going to force him to roll out. Once again, this time it's going to be Goat again. And it's going to be a 14-yard reception. So Hardcore is going to be happy about that. You see these guys are really locked into this game. Lots of emotion. Hardcore's emotional on the fumble and the big reception there. And we saw Rocky show some emotion when he got that pick. So these guys are locked in, and it's a close game. So a defensive battle here as we got less than 20 seconds to go here in the 1st quarter.
Yeah, and what a battle already. We've seen 2 turnovers, no score. Nice little curl route to Jodev. He seems to be the go-to guy so far, 24-yard pickup.
Yeah, Jodev's having a good game, and it's a 6-spin move with the user tackle dives out of bounds. And there we go. So it's going to be 9 seconds left here in the 1st. Going to get a score as we go hurry up. It's going to be a run to Nike Jordan. He's going to try to get the outside. Gets to the outside this time. Can that speed hurt? Oh, and it's a shoestring tackle, but it's going to be a 14-yard gain. And now he's starting to feel it. 4 seconds left here in the 1st. He's going to hurry up and maybe get one more snap off here right before the quarter. Let's see if he's maybe trying to hurry too much. And it's maybe force a mistake here. So it'll be the last play of the quarter, but he's going to find Dawson wide open over the middle. It's going to be a big-time touchdown. So we finally see a break and a great drive by Hardcore after that after that fumble recovery, after he gave up the interception on his first drive. So what could be at least 10-0 is only 7-0, but got to feel good to get some points on the board at least.
Yeah, and nice little play there, able to sneak the tight end past that front stop right there. It was kind of a weird little formation there by Rocky Top. It didn't seem like any linebackers were covering the middle of the field.
Yeah, I mean, he just got him in that hurry up, got him in a defense that he liked, and couldn't get out of it, and just a great response there after that early turnover by Hardcore.
Definitely, and that's why you just have to take advantage. I mean, that's just shows how good Hardcore is able to get that strip, but you have to take advantage if you're able to get a turnover early like he was. So like you see, he's able to score.
Yeah, and there was Hyatt, the guy that you were talking about earlier. Okay. So it's not a renamed player, so it is going to be Hyatt as we see him pop up, number 11, a young freshman there. And we're at the end of the 1st quarter and going to take a break. And Rocky there kind of rubbing his face, saying, "Man, I'm tired." And but it's a good start. Like, you can't hate the start. You got to hate that kind of strip turnover that he gave up, but both guys able to move the ball, also play some good defense. So even on turnovers, and it's only 7-0, he's got a chance just to jump back and get a score here.
Hey guys, little information here from the sideline. Mac Dub reporting in. If my sources are correct, the series between Penn State and Tennessee is 3 games to Penn State, 2 games Tennessee. Penn State is on a 3-game winning streak, the last game being in 2007. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Bruce.
And I'm not mistaken, the majority of those games are played in bowl games. Like these, I don't know, maybe since the 70s have these teams maybe met in an actual regular season game. So it's going to be a 2-yard loss. They're on the run for Ty Chandler, so that didn't work too well. So ball on the 23.
Yeah, I mean, he's had some success already through the air, but at the same time, Hardcore had a close pick miss earlier, so interesting to see where Rocky Top takes this offense now.
Yeah, so there's LeVar Arrington right up the gut.
Wow.
We know that he locked. We know that he loves to blitz up the middle. Sorry, my wife's over here distracting me asking what website I'm on. So sorry about that. But yeah, LeVar Arrington right up the middle and got that big sack. We've seen that a bajillion times, right?
Yep. Already early player of the game watch for him, forcing that strip, and that was just a huge sack on second down to force a long third down.
Yeah, early running so far has got to be Javion Goat and LeVar Arrington for Penn State, and then Ty Chandler's looked pretty good early, and for Tennessee for sure. And I don't remember who got that pick, to be honest. It was the free safety maybe that came over. So here we go, 3rd and 20 now. What's he going to run? What do you got on 3rd and 20, Emigs? Just bombing out. It's going to be a pick for old Dickweed there, and you got to love it. The funny thing is, of all the people who named that guy, it was You Should Have Tapped actually named the strong safety or free safety that. So Roman free safety forces a turnover. So now 2 turnovers by Rocky early, and this is just what you see. The level of play for Rocky is just tough, man.
Yeah, that's a killer right there. I mean, he's still in it, but yeah, that was a killer. Let's see if he can somehow get a stop here. But just what a play there by Hardcore, and nice pass to the go-to Jodev Goat.
Yeah, Jodev Goat again with a 13-yard reception. Now Emigs 7 for 9 for 83 yards, a touchdown and interception. They're 1 for 1 inside the red zone, as we see there. I just don't know. I don't. Even if you run a draw play there, right? Like you're going to punt the ball deep in your own end zone. As Emigs is going to roll out and is going to find Nike Jordan again. I called him Nick the first game. I've called him in this game. Why not? Because I'm not. Who's used to calling somebody Nike? But a rollout touchdown. So just killer. 2 turnovers, 2 touchdowns now for Hardcore. And I don't know what you do, man.
I mean, it's just Hardcore being Hardcore, right? I mean, forcing turnovers, just driving down the field and putting up points. Egg on my face again, boys. Listen, I'm still going to pick a guy. I'm going to be right eventually, I hope. But, yeah, wow, this is impressive. Already 14-0.
Yeah, I just it's hard to say what you do to stop him. Like, I don't really know. Like, I feel like the way he sets up this playbook, there's so many different kind of things going on, right? Like the positions he puts people in, you can see there, it's not just Nike Jordan running the ball, right? Like he's getting him in space on a rollout, on a pass play, and things like that. So here we step back, it's going to be Yardo. It's going to be Eric Gray on the edge, and it's going to be a 2-yard loss.
Yeah, nothing doing. Hardcore rushing 4 and still just has everything covered out in that covered 4, and he likes playing that free safety, Francis Dickweed.
Yeah, absolutely. And we usually see him play a couple of positions user-wise, right? He's either going to play that cornerback that he's on, that middle linebacker that's going to move into that kind of the right linebacker position. It's going to be Eric Gray on a counter, and it's going to be a good run. And he's going to break. And here we go. This is a bounce-back run that he needed, and it's going to be a 1st and 10, a 32-yard rush for Ty Chandler at that time.
Yeah, he's still in this. I mean, it's only 14-0. He gets the ball at half. We've already seen him force a turnover. It's early. Yeah, he absolutely needed that, Drizzy. Get something going on the ground. Try to stay away from that user with Hardcore. I've been scrimmaging a lot versus MacDub, and he just stays away from my user, and he kills me.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, yeah, like you said, I mean, it's not panic room. I mean, over and over again, see people come back from 14 points down pretty easily, right? Like, it's definitely not panic time. If he can bounce back here and get some points on the board, it doesn't even have to be a touchdown. Like you said, you get the ball at the half. It's definitely not panic mode at this point. No, my wife got him. I know you guys heard the toddler in the background, probably so loud. Yeah. All right. So it's going to be another great pass this time to Josh Palmer, a 25-yard reception, and that's going to put him inside the 10. So the drive that Rocky needed, he's getting right here. Emigs.
Definitely. Already down to the 10-yard line. And this is where I get nervous. Already knowing my history is the red zone, just things shrink down. Let's see, the middle of the field wide open.
Oh, man.
Had a guy.
And you can just see the frustration. What's going on? Like, he maybe just forced it a little bit too much of the bullet pass before he could break out of the route. And it's going to cause an incompletion. But like you said, the field shrinks here. He's going to drop back in a zone probably. So, what's going to be open? It's going to be a pinpoint pass here is what he's going to have to see out of Yardo.
And that counter, nothing doing on the run, 2-yard loss.
Yeah, so Todd Chandler there with the good run early, but we've also seen him either do one of two things: cash him for yardage or lose two. That's kind of the thing that we're seeing. So this is a tough one. 3rd and goal from the 11. You got to put it in the end zone if you're going to score a touchdown, or do you just play it safe and put yourself in position for a field goal here and not force a mistake?
I'm calling a pass and trying to get 7, but if I don't see anything, I'm just not going to. I'm telling myself not to force anything, or at least try to run with the QB. Don't do anything stupid.
And so we're going to see a zone here. It's going to be a run, and yeah, I mean he's just going to try to take a chance, and we'll see if he kind of goes for it here, right? So a telltale sign of does he like the points here, or is he going to try to go? It's going to be a field goal.
6-yard line, yeah.
6-yard line, yeah, he's going to take the points here. He knows he needs to get something up on the board, and he's going to get the ball here. If he can get a stop and get the ball back here in the second half, he makes it a 4-point game, even if he can potentially get a 3 and out and get the ball and still points right before the half.
Yeah, and we've obviously seen him get a turnover. He gave up one long drive, but then that last drive I think he got it at the 30 or so. So we've seen him get a stop from. Oh, here we go, Nike Jordan on the
He's got a chance, right? So it's going to be a break to the outside, gets that block, but it's a good tackle there, and it's going to get to
that for a second there.
It was there for a second, but just great, kind of held their line there, and it was a good tackle, brings them down, puts the ball at the 22-yard line. So really important points there for Rocky.
And definitely, and like I said, we've seen a long drive from Hardcor. We've also seen that interception after a long drive. So let's see where we're at on this 3rd possession here.
So 1st and 10. He's going to drop back to throw again. He's just killing him on the curl route right now. It's going to be Peacock, plenty of room now to the 40, to the 35, to the 30, down to the 25-yard line, 54-yard gain just off a simple curl route. He's just dropping way back in coverage, trying to switch and user over there, dives and just gets himself completely out of the play, and then kind of a shoestring tackle there as he gets to about the 25-yard line.
It's Peacock with the candlestick in Happy Valley. You can't switch late on that curl because you're just going to get killed. You have to let that CPU take that. He'll get the tackle if you just let him switch.
It's going to be the jet sweep to Jordan. He gets the outside, and it's going to be tough to catch him. He's to the 10, the 5, the touchdown. Man, he just kind of got out to the corner, and once he gets to the corner, we saw it against Yothi, you just can't tackle him.
Yeah, he's just too fast. I definitely think this guy is on early Heisman watch. And there we go, 21-3, Hardcor.
And was a quick score, too. Like, let's not forget you're in danger zone now if you're Rocky. It switched from going, can you get the hold to maybe steal some points, to now, like, the pressure's really on here, down 21-3 with 3:14 left. Plenty of time for Hardcor potentially to get a stop and get points now before the half.
Yeah, he needs to kill this clock and get a score and then go into half and just stop the bleeding on defense at least. Go into half, 21 points, Penn State, whatever points you put up, but don't let them get the ball back.
Yeah, I mean, you've at a minimum got to answer here, I would think.
Yeah, offsides. Yep.
That's going to be a free 5 yards, and it's going to fall incomplete, but we're going to get that 5-yard penalty to make it 1st and 5.
Getting a little too aggressive there with that blitzing linebacker he likes to use her.
Yeah, just right up the middle. He got a little bit too close to the line, and there we go again. Going to pinch the line over. Going to bring Arrington. Going to drop him back in coverage now. It's going to be a rollout. Wide open over the middle. It's going to be complete, but goes kind of the wrong way. But he's going to take it. Ramel Keaton right there, right up the middle. Kind of got him on the streak, and Rocky, I think, is a little confused of why he did that weird animation, but he kind of got caught there. So
I guess now if you're Rocky Top, you go fast. You try to score and then try to get the ball back after that huge pass.
Yeah, I mean, you can score quick here. So once again, he's in position to at least get some points, and it's going to be, once again, it's either gold or garbage right now for Ty Chandler. He's either picking up 10, 12 yards or losing 2 or 3.
It seems like since that he had a couple good runs in the first quarter, and since then it's been nothing doing, just negative 1 or 2 or gaining 1 or 2.
Yeah, when he's got him on that counter a couple of times too, right? Like that's where we've seen Chandler have success, kind of get on the edge on that counter play. Now he's got both of them again, both running backs in again. It's going to be a rollout now for Yardo. It's going to see if he can't get something. It's going to be just a drop off, but unfortunately, Ty Chandler just kind of falls down and make it 3rd and 9.
Just no luck here with his wide receiver. None of these animations, and he had about 2 yards to the sideline. He even fell inbounds almost, and then went out.
Yeah, you wonder if it's a little bit to do with the passing, right? He's rolling out. He's kind of bulleting that in there. He's not kind of lobbing it in there, so it's forcing one of those weird, spectacular animations or something.
So 3rd and 9 here for Tennessee, and he, like you said, he needs to at least answer. I feel like you're going for 7, right? Not settling for 3.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Rocky's having a little bit of tough time trying to figure out what he wants to do here on this 3rd and 9. Is that clock is running down. He might have to burn a timeout here.
Maybe something to just pick up 4 or 5 or something, set up that 4th down conversion.
Yeah, is he going to take a time? No, he gets it off. So he's going to step back, and it's almost a pick by Chumley. And he'll take the deflection, though, and it's going to be 4th and 9. So that was super close to being terrible, quite honestly. So escapes a little bit lucky there that one gets bobbled. And what are you going to do? 4th and 9, ball at the 31, down 21-3.
I mean, I could talk myself into kicking here. 1:40 left, and you get the ball back. Hopefully you get a stop, but you have to get a stop.
Yeah, so it's going to be a kick, and he's going to take the points, 21-6. Makes it a 15-point game. Get the ball at the half. So you could potentially turn this into a 1-score game if you can get the stop. But we just saw Hardcor just score so fast on his last drive.
Yeah.
We'll see if he can get all of this one. And he's going to give Jordan a chance to return. We know he's going to take it out. He said that last week. If I've got a 5% chance, and here he goes. It's a good juke. Breaks a tackle to the 30, gets another breakthrough, got to the 35. So great field position. It's just tough to bring him down.
Jeez. He's got speed, and like you said, he's got moves. He stays on his feet, breaking 2 tackles there, and that's a deadly combination if you're able to stay on your feet breaking tackles with that speed. Oof.
Yeah, so here we go. Plenty of time. Hardcor has plenty of time. He can run his normal offense. He's got 3 timeouts. You can run the ball here. It's going to be to Lambert Smith. There's going to be a run kind of on that sweep, and he's going to take it up the middle and only gain 3, but 125, so I expect to hurry up here. Once again, with those timeouts, he can just about run anything he wants.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised here if we get a stop on 2nd. Tennessee starts taking timeouts. Oh, wow.
Hey. And that's a for sure pick, bounces off, and George picks it up, and Hardcor can't even believe it. That was a for sure pick, and we're kind of seeing one of these, like, I don't know what to say. It's we're seeing Thrizzy luck right now, unfortunately. I hate to coin that, but, we saw Thrizzy just not get any breaks in 2 of his games, and, yeah, just as you put it in the chat, just completely NCAA'd, and they're both just kind of, like, silently stunned of what just happened.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I do think that was Hardcor on that user catch off the tip, so that takes skill, but wow, just not being able to pull in that interception, that's gut-wrenching for Tennessee and Rocky Top.
Right, so we see the one for sure interception drop by Hardcor just kind of drop to the ground, but then Yeah, so that's tough, and it's going to be 2nd-11. So he's got to keep composure here, even after that crazy play, right? Like, you got to keep in the game. It's not necessarily in a for sure field goal position, but it's going to be Dawson over the middle on the 2nd-11. It's just bumbling and stumbling for a 19-yard reception. I think Hardcor is even a little shocked still.
I mean, look at that. He was user running with that defender for about 5 yards, and there was no tackle trigger animation. That was, again, if you have them break the tackle, I don't mind it, but it's just a weird animation where they're just running next to each other.
Yeah, it's just weird animation breaks, but a big sack there. I'm going to make it 2nd and 18, so an 8-yard loss. He's going to burn a timeout here with 30 seconds. So at this point, if you're Rocky, you got to feel really good if you can hold him to a field goal, right?
Yeah. Go down 24-6, got an 18-point deficit, so it's still a 3-score game, but it's manageable, right? It's within reach.
Yeah, and you get the ball, right? You got to keep that positive look. You get the ball, so he's going to go from that flex. He's going to spread it out to a empty backfield shotgun. It's going to be Emigs on the rollout. He's just going to get a couple of yards here, a couple of yards there, a couple of jukes, steps out of bounds. 24 seconds left.
Yeah, I really like that, going from the flex bone 5 wide, no audibles, so it doesn't really give Rocky Top time to adjust because he's probably thinking run off the flex bone. And then he had options. He had a guy in that flat, but nice little pickup, good awareness to pick up 5 yards.
Let's give him a shout out right
now. All right, so it's going to be 3rd and 5, 3 for 4 on 3rd down. It's back to this flex bone.
See if he does it again.
He's definitely going to pass out of it. Trying to figure out what he wants. A lot of hot routes. This is where you don't know what he's actually doing. So it's going to be play action. He's going to drop it off to Jordan. Can Jordan break a tackle? Yes, he can. Wow. Gets inside the 5 to about the 1 yard line. I don't know if they spotted it right at the 1 or the 2, but it's going to be 1st and goal. 19 seconds left. 2 timeouts for Penn State. Going to run the hurry up. Not going to use the timeouts. He likes the defense that he sees in, and he's going to stay on that flex bone.
Yeah, he's killing it out of this formation so far in these 2 games.
It's going to be a drop back, but early pressure right up the gut, and a little bit lucky there for Hardcor is he just barely gets rid of it, and it luckily just falls just to nobody in the end zone.
Yeah, it's funny. Like, in these games, we don't have ref biases. I feel like we have NCAA bias. Like, it definitely feels like the game is, and obviously Hardcore's a beast. I'm not taking anything away. It just feels like these little tiny things are skewing and they're helping Hardcore. He was able to get the ball out fast, but it feels like if that was me, I would have gotten sacked.
Yeah. Once again, he had the timeout, but it would have put the ball, about the 6 yard line. So it's going to be a run up the middle, no sneakers. It's stuff. So once again, can a Rocky hold him to a field goal, and will he take the point? So it'll be 14 seconds left. Plenty of time. Still has that timeout, so he can still run the ball if he wants here or throw. Looks like it's going to be maybe a shotgun formation for him.
And I wouldn't be surprised if Hardcore's going to go on 4th down and try to get a score here. I like Jordan here on this flat route, unless he's going to audible him out, one of those underneath routes out to the outside. No, he's keeping him in the flat.
Yeah, still going to be in that flex bone. Drops back. It's going to be Emigs. Drop. Good pressure up the middle. Forces him to roll out, and he's just going to throw the ball away. So now what's he going to do? He's going to go from about the 1.5, 2 yard line, or is he going to just take the points and go up 18?
He's thinking about it.
He's just going to take the points, right? So, yeah, that's. I'm kind of listening in on both of these guys' chat. Rocky's pretty silent, which he tends to be, and Hardcore's just saying, he's lucky to get the 3 there. If you kind of hear him in the background, but yes, as Nancy says, watch for the fake, but he does just take the point. So 6 seconds left here in the first half, and here we go. It's going to be a chance at a return. He's going to get to the corner. Can he break this tackle here? No, he's going to get to the 30. It's going to be 1 second left. So is he just going to down, or is he going to try to take a?
He'll take a shot.
Take a shot here.
I think he takes a shot. He seems to be one of the more aggressive players. And like at Yofi here, sometimes he'll play it like it's real life. He'll knee it, 3 tight ends and a halfback. I don't know. But I feel like some people are more aggressive. It's a video game. Like, go for it. Why not?
And I think he's probably just going to run something safe here, it looks like. and it's just going to be
that's
kind of a run, and
was
that's
a Jalen
your guy
Hyatt.
Hyatt. So he kind of a throwaway because he runs that Jalen Hyatt formation in kind of a wildcat situation. So tough first half for Rocky, and not a picture perfect by any means for Hardcor. You can kind of see like probably a little bit fortunate to be up 18 at the half, but still probably deserves to at least be up 15. So
No, yeah. I mean, like I said, I'm obviously rooting for Rocky Top, so I'm a little biased, but I mean, Hardcore's a beast, man. He had, and this year, like I saw someone in chat saying, Oklahoma was good, but I don't think they had a skill player like Nike Jordan. So he might be better, but you know what I mean? This team's probably better for him. He's able to get Nike Jordan in space. I don't know how much. Hey, you got this, Rocky Top. Don't you get your head down. You got this. Got this.
Yeah, I mean, once again, if you're Rocky, right? This is the kind of thought process you got to have here, right? Like everything that could have went wrong after that early interception basically did, right? Like you get the early pick, you stop him, and you turn the ball over on a just a really good user strip. I mean, you can't really.
Yeah. I don't know if I've seen that.
Fluke, but you kind of turn the ball over, and then you just can't catch any breaks at that point, right? Like Hardcor goes down, scores a touchdown, you get back, answer it with a good touchdown, but just animations were kind of funky. I think he was a little bit frustrated with a couple of the animation things. What are my players doing exactly? Like I feel like I'm they're supposed to go this way and they're really not. So I think there's a little bit of frustration there for him. But, you can't take things like that tip interception that turns into a reception and think about that. You got to put that behind you, and understand the first thing that you have to do. We talked about this, Chuck. I thought about this with Chuck on Monday is, it's steps at this point, right? Like step one, you got to score a touchdown here
on
early.
this opening drive.
Step two, you've got to get a stop. If you can get those, if you can make it to those first two steps and get the ball back down 15 or less than 15, you know what I mean? You're feeling pretty good about yourself.
No, definitely. And I think if anyone can pull it off, I think Rocky Top can't. Yeah, stop the vote or stop the count. Yoda wants a recount. But I guess if we stop the count. No, we want to recount.
You want to recount is what he said.
We want to recount here, but we might want to stop the count. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. Hey, Mac, you got anything from the sidelines after that first half, buddy?
Yeah, I've got a few things. I think we're about to get the second half underway, so I will just let you guys know that if you only go 99% of the way of where you're trying to get, you will never get there.
It's very true. Wise words from a wise man. Couldn't have said it better myself. So it's going to be a kickoff back of the end zone. So here we go. Kind of the same situation almost that Chuck was in on Monday. Not quite as dramatic. I think he might have been down like 28-7 or something like that, but pretty close to that, right? And it's getting that first step on this first drive. So here we go.
Definitely going to have to win the turnover battle in the second half, too. I think he was down 2-1 in that category. Oh, and there's a big sack on first down.
And the pressure up the middle, that time it wasn't with a linebacker, it was just with a defensive tackle. And this offensive line should be pretty good for Tennessee on paper, right? They were pretty well touted. You got guys like Trey Smith, 73, the guard there, but it was kind of right up the middle there, just really no blocking, and took the sack.
I think that was a QB wrap, nothing doing.
Yeah, just nothing there. Maybe a read option kind of deal, and it's just now it's 3rd and 17, and yeah, and we saw what we saw Yofi have success with against Hardcor offensively was just trying to force him into the zone and then picking out the zone, right? That's where Yofi was started to get some things going in the second half.
Oh,
but just so much pressure, and he's hitting, and Ellis picks it off. So, I mean, it's just a terrible start. It's just
his own player ran into him.
Yeah, it's just, we saw the pressure. His guy gets in his way. He throws it up, and Ellis is right there.
Look at that offensive lineman literally just beeline to the quarterback. It looks like he's trying to take him out.
Yeah, I just not 100% sure what's going on with the animation, but
Yeah, he said, "Oh
not
wow."
great.
That was really I've never seen that offensive lineman literally just made a beeline to his quarterback like he was trying to tackle him.
So just unfortunate things right now for Rocky, and it's going to be Emigs rolling out, nobody home. Can he stop him? No, and it's going to be a touchdown for Hardcor now, 30-6. So he could get step one, and now we're back to basically step 0 to try to get a stop, and it's just not fair at this point, right? So now you're just trying to stop the bleeding.
Yeah. I mean, he has so many options and so many things to be scared of, too, when you're playing on defense. You're obviously looking to Nike Jordan. Jodev Goat's having a good game, so you're looking for the pass. And then, obviously, Big E Miggs is talented back there. He's got good genes, so you always got to be aware of him taking off.
Yeah, he had a touchdown like that last week, right, where he's stumbling and bumbling. Now we're bumbling in the end zone for the return, and it's going to be, still takes it. For some reason, instead of a touchback, and
I'm serious. So that animation that he threw that pick on, I've never seen. That his center just ran at the quarterback, and
I just don't know if he was. I don't really know what happened there. So it's going to be a run up the middle now, 1 yard gain for Rocky, and now we kind of step back and say, God, like we think about. As the season goes on, as this one feels like it's probably already pretty wrapped up, unless Rocky can just go on a tear here late. How is this? We're talking about who's going to beat this guy. Like, well, I picked Yofi to be the second best person. You picked Rocky to be the second best person, and we saw Yofi give up 66 last week, and now early in the third, it's 31 already for Hardcor. So, who's going to challenge this guy at this point? And there's another pick because he's just kind of desperate now to Eric Ray, and it's going to be Chumley. This time doesn't drop it, and it's going to be a pick.
Wow. So, yeah, now it's turning in. I said he wasn't going to lose by 30, down 25 here. Penn State's looking to get another touchdown, so I might be wrong on that. Woo! Hardcore. I mean, we saw him almost come back and beat You Should Have Tapped. He wasn't in that holiday tournament. We didn't get to see a lot of him versus those guys, but I mean, he's the king for a reason, guys, and we're seeing it. So now I'm thinking, wow. So Rocky Top probably gonna lose this game. Still some time left here in the third. Yofi lost. I mean, Baker has to be a favorite, right? Baker pushed him in that second half of that championship game, and he has a really good team in Ohio State. Also, something weird might happen because it's a rivalry game. You know how like the CPU plays you harder in rivalry games?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about that kind of rivalry aspect of the game, and that's usually against the CPU. I don't know how much the AI triggers that for, a user game. I don't know how much that's going to play, but I don't really know. Like,
Drizzy saying he's going to be the guy to beat him.
I mean, that's what I said, right? Like, I picked that. I picked this one loss to come to Thrizzy. Thrizzy looked really good this week too. Let's not sugarcoat that. Like against a really good, nasty team, right? Like that Cincinnati team has looked good at times. I mean, he struggled against Baker, but just can't tackle Nike Jordan. That's going to be over 100 yards rushing for Penn State, and it's going to be kind of put the ball at the 19, 3rd and 9 now.
Yeah, and like I said earlier, it's a combination of speed, but he's breaking a lot of tackles. If he's able to have one guy in space breaks that tackle, he's gone.
Yeah, and so to get back to the Thursday thing, it's possible. I mean, that's the game I picked. But I don't know. At this point, unless Thursday gets on this roll where I can see it, I know the confidence is there, but he's just dropped 2 games. It's going to be another touchdown now, and it's going to make it 37-6, hitting a extra point to make it 38. So
I think Thrizzy's got a shot. I think Nasty's got a shot. I think Max got a shot. I mean, anyone's got a shot. I think Deez has a shot. It's a user league. I think anything can happen. He also has these 2 games at home, which I don't know how. Again, I don't know how much of a benefit that is, but it's got to be something, right?
Yeah, it's got to be a little bit of something, you would think there. That's probably why he had a little bit of the point spread edge. The computer having these home games, but the point spread really hasn't mattered. So we just, guys,
Kaz
as a reminder, we
has a shot.
still have a couple of games. Yeah, Kaz has a shot. He's looked good the last couple of weeks, right? We still have a couple of games this week, right? So you just saw it pop up there Friday night. We got Baker Vision and Stoner Gamer going at it. And tomorrow night, Emigs, I can't even think of the game. We got so many in my head. I can't even think of what the game is tomorrow night.
Let me check.
Really, guys? Really?
Wait.
Oh,
tomorrow
no.
is
It's the game of the week. Yeah. I feel stupid, right? It's Mac and Yofi. It's the game of the week. We're pretty stupid. So, listen, I've got a lot of things going on in my head right now. But, yeah, that's the game of the week. So, Max was undefeated after that win against Thursday in week 1. The controversy of the Golan Gate, or what, I can't remember what we ended up calling that thing. But, yeah, so he's going to take on Yofi, who just is going to, look to bounce back after that demoralizing loss last week to Hardcor, and we'll see how that goes tomorrow night. I think I picked Mac, so it's going to be a couple yard gain there, maybe picked up a yard. It's going to be 2nd and 9 now. We see what's up next for the Nittany Lions. We got Kaz next week, so we talked about Kaz has a chance, then Thrizzy, and then Baker, then Fantasy, and then Nasty. So you can kind of see it doesn't get any easier from here, right? Like that's a tough start for Hardcore. He didn't get an easy game. Not that there is necessarily an easy game in this league. He's going to run that wildcat again. It's going to be 3rd and 7.
He might be just kind of running out the clock here. I know if you guys have seen Rocky Top in chats, he's pretty. I don't know why, but he's super down on himself all the time. So he might already be mailing it in.
Yeah, for the Vols, it's kind of the same thing as it's going to be Kaz is his next game, and then I didn't catch it. It kind of switched on me there. So 3rd and 7 here for Tennessee as we kind of try to get back in this game. 1:50 left. Yardo drops back. It's going to be a dump off to the running back and nothing going. So 4th and 9 now.
Yeah, what a game.
Rocky's trying to stay positive there with the body language, but it's a tough ask, man. This is for sure a tough ask. It looks like he's going to punt this ball away with 1:30 here in the 3rd quarter. Ball at his own 45.
So, I mean, he's going to drop this game, obviously, but no reason not to dance for Rocky Top. This is his first game. It's week 4. Week 5?
It's week 4.
Week 4. That's what I thought. Okay, but so, I mean, I still think Rocky Top's going to have an awesome season. I think he's going to win a lot of games. I think he's going to blow some people out. I think he's going to make a lot of plays and shock some people. So no reason to be down for Rocky Top. This is a tough first game, like you said.
Yeah, right. And it's a tough draw for your first game. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't get any harder being off 3 weeks and then your first game being against Hardcore, who's already confident coming off of that just blowout of Yofi. So it's a tough ask, and it looked pretty good early, but just fell behind and could never catch a break after that.
Yeah, it looked like he had a shot early with that early pick, but still hasn't scored a touchdown. So just great defense by Hardcore. I mean, as much as we're talking about his offense, his defense, like you mentioned, it's either that middle linebacker or that safety he's using, and whoever he's using is making a play, like every play.
Every play. It's just what it feels like, right? And not going to let – and the other thing that we've seen, like it looked like Rocky was going to have a good game plan for Nike Jordan on that buck sweep, right? Like he shut that down early, and then it was just kind of like he found a different formation and was able to put him in a position to where he's still able to get him in space, right? You think of the jet sweep and putting him in a passing formation and kind of running that deep middle out and it being open and getting a touchdown and stuff like that. So he gets his playmakers in position. He runs those simple curl routes when he sees that, the backed off coverage, and bing, bang, boom, it turns into a 54-yard gain. So it's hard when you've got to do that many things against him.
Yeah, just so many options. Like we keep talking about, just too many options on offense. And it might be, like I said, it might be a scarier team than Oklahoma, which is just scary.
You know what I just realized, Emigs?
What?
The computer's going to go dead if I don't plug it in.
Yeah, they need power. They need power.
Hey, Emigs.
What's up?
Do you know how the Earth has earthquakes?
Yeah.
Well, the moon has moonquakes.
Does it actually? Well, yeah, it's probably like seismic activity, right?
If you believe in it.
Like if I believe in the moon.
In the moon? In general?
Hey, you never know these days, right?
I don't know what to believe anymore. And it's going to be Mo Sneaker in space, this time on the halfback screen, and that's going to pick up a good gain. So it looks like did he go in there? As I was trying to get my charger, I think he went in there and kind of switched out here. So he's taking out the starters here, and a little bit of mercy. Not looking for blood, already up 38-6, trying to get these guys some playing time.
Yeah, almost. I mean, obviously, Rocky Top started out better than Yofi, and it's only 32. It's holding up at 38 points. Wow. Nike
Jordan just on the handoff right up the middle, and Rocky kind of puts down his controller, picks up his boutique hound.
I got his name. I got his nickname.
Whose nickname?
Ground Jordan. Like Air Jordan? Ground Jordan.
Ground Jordan. So that is, in the first 2 weeks, 7 touchdowns for Ground Jordan. I don't know.
It'll stick.
It'll stick. We'll see. You chat, let us know. Does that stick? I don't know. It doesn't have the same ring.
I don't know.
It doesn't have quite the same ring.
Very cute dog by Rocky Top there. I don't know if you guys caught that.
Absolutely.
And I really like his hat.
I love his hat. You know what I also love? I love that he can just stack up all those games on the shelf behind him. I think that's a sweet look. I don't have any idea what games those are.
Those are the NCAA series.
Those are all NCAA, right? That's what I thought from it looks like at least 02.
I know, right? Damn, Thrissy, he did just take off his hat, didn't he?
That's a shame. Mention hat takes it off. But yeah, so I'm going to see if Rocky can maybe get a touchdown now. 45-6, just a complete blowout, but it's going to be a good completion there. And Johnson's going to get hurt, actually. So when it rains, it pours. Here late in the fourth quarter, you hate to see that. Ball up to the 48-yard line.
Yeah, and like I said, just a great all-around game. Like his defense holding this team to 6 points. No matter who Rocky Top is, like even if he's playing with Akron, if I'm holding him to 6 points, I'm really happy.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a really good defensive showing. Like Rocky really hasn't been able to do too much. He's had a couple of counters. He's had a couple of good throwing plays, but it seemed like his strategy was to try to get the run going early. He couldn't get the run going, and then just, Hardcor just did a good job of picking off those kind of vert passes down the field, and there's a curl route there for a first down, so that was a good throw there by Rocky, and see maybe if he can just get some confidence touchdown here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and like we said, it's his first game, so he's just like you, my computer was not charging.
I didn't even notice it until it popped up on the screen. We're definitely on all cylinders tonight with our setup, for sure. So, good run there. It's going to be a quarterback draw, and it's going to be about a 5-yard pickup. Now ball to the 37, 5:18, clock ticking. So, definitely Hardcor. Just defensively has been tough, but Rocky not in any hurry. Maybe just trying to get out of here with a good drive.
That's what I was about to say. It's his first game too, so he's feeling stuff out. Figuring, like you said, he uses his team a lot, but first game in the G12, so figuring out these settings, things are different.
Yeah, you just kind of get in the flow. I mean, it stinks. This is what gets thrown at you in the first game after being off 3 weeks, but you got to deal with what gets thrown at you and bounce back next week. It's definitely not going to get any easier, like we talked about. Like every game is a challenge in some way each week, just because it just seems like talent wise, as far as playing this game, has been upgraded maybe a little bit from the past season. Plus, you're not getting these breaks playing CPU games. You've got to be up and ready each week.
Yeah, a good point. That I do think the talent definitely jumped a little bit. Adding guys like Thursday, Nasty, Rocky Top. Obviously played the one game, but
so here we go. Now 4:17 left. Thursday what am I talking about? Rocky on a good drive here, and it's going to be a completed pass. And it's going to be a first down, so now we got an opportunity maybe to get some points.
yeah, like you said, kind of a morale win for Tennessee here, figuring out their offense and stuff. So
you saw Emigs drop it in the chat, guys. We got the player of the game out there on Twitter. It's going to be at Emigs23. We got LeVar Arrington from Penn State, Francis Dickweed from Penn State, Goat, the wide receiver from Penn State, and then Ground Jordan, all from Penn State. So no love for Tennessee tonight. It's just nobody was able to get anything going really, offensively or defensively, and so it's all Penn State options. It looks like, unfortunately, but we get a late touchdown to Josh Palmer here, and finally gets a touchdown.
Reaction.
Feeling good. Gotta love it.
Like I said, I think he's going to be fine. We just saw Yofi get destroyed by Hardcor too. So, I mean, he's having fun with it. He's celebrating his touchdown late. So I still think he's going to be fine in the season.
Yeah, I mean, it's just and it's going to be a fumble. So here we go, another shot to maybe make this a little bit closer. So now 45-12. That's going to be the second turnover there, and
was that on a kick?
Was that a kick? What just happened?
No, guys, he went for 2, threw an interception, and that was on the interception return for the 2-point conversion.
I was thrown off. Like, I didn't know what was going on. Okay, so the 2-point conversion fails, obviously. As I was staring at the chat, my bad, guys. That's what happens when you look away for 2 seconds and assume it's just an extra point. Onside kick. This time he doesn't get it. Lambert Smith picks it up. So it's going to be 45-12. Thank you to our sideline reporter, Mac, who was the only one paying attention, apparently, because I'm staring at the chat over here.
So I said he wasn't going to lose by 30, but it looks like he is going to lose by 30.
So double egg on the face.
Yep.
For Emigs. So I said, I mean, I said that on Sunday. It's going to be really hard for me to pick against a Hardcor at this point, right? Especially after these really impressive first 2 wins. I mean, it's you're basically killing what we viewed as 2 of the at least top 5, top 4 players in the league. I mean, and this game wasn't very close from the get-go. So anything can happen though each week. So
that's what I was just kind of getting at too. Is like I still won't say he'll go 11-0 just because it's user versus user every week and anything can happen. Someone can get hurt, like anything could happen. But I mean, I really now at this point, I'm not shocked if he goes 11-0. He hasn't even had obviously it's only 2 games, but these are his two best in my eyes. These were the two best opponents, and they were both blowouts. So
Yeah, and he hasn't. He has familiarity with Yofi, right? So that's a little bit of an advantage. Most sneaker, he kind of breaks out to the middle. He had a user there lined up, and he kind of went conservative and backed them off. I just don't know if Rocky's paying a tremendous amount of attention at this point. But as Pyro tries to say, he's a Jordan injury away from being a scrub, but I don't know how accurate that is, right? Like,
I mean, it would definitely take down that like dynamic offense, right? I don't know how good the backup is. He would still probably.
I mean, we're seeing right now. We've already seen like he's.
Yeah.
I mean, this is his backup essentially, right? That he's running in the other part of the flex bone. So, and most sneakers picked up yardage. So, is he an injury away from being a scrub? No. I mean, I think he has too many playmakers, and he can adjust pretty well to that.
Yeah.
But is he a injury away from maybe possibly getting beat? Yeah. I mean, I think he is. So, so it's just going to be a nil down here on 3rd and 9. Man, so just when we compare this to week 1, so go back to week 1, put yourself in week 1 with all those close games, close matchups, and now put ourselves, as we thought the weeks would go on, better and better games. But, man, it just seems like this week has
blowouts.
Yeah, just complete blowouts, right? I think Monday night, 49-14. Last night, 41-14. And now tonight we see 45-12. So no close games this week so far. But I'm sure hopefully we'll get turned around as we got a great one tomorrow night with Emigs, don't we? So who is calling that game tomorrow night? I believe it's St. Breeze's first call.
Yep.
And he'll be in and Kaz, he's calling that with Kaz. So that'll be an exciting one for those guys. So St. Breeze's will be in there for the booth for the first time. Yep. And it'll be Mac with Oklahoma State and Yofi with Notre Dame. So Mac 1-0 and Yofi 2-1. So that should be an exciting matchup.
Yeah, our last undefeated team other than Hardcor, right? 1-0. I think tomorrow definitely has the potential to be a good game. Mac has 2 really dynamic players on offense at quarterback and halfback. Big L's workout, and then spread defense. Mm-hmm. So kind of like similar to Thrizzy's offense, honestly, is they have 2 similar players there with D-Bog and Hated Greatness with that quarterback running back combo. So I think it could be a good game. I think it should be.
Yeah, and I definitely think that. So let's kind of recap this game a little bit. I know we've been kind of talking about it a lot, but as we wait for Hardcor to kind of jump in here, how does Rocky bounce back from this? Let's think about that. You mentioned that he should be okay. You got to take it with a grain of salt. He kind of went into it as we thought he was kind of sandbagging a little bit, saying he was probably going to lose by 30 plus. So he might have already had in his head he's okay if he loses this game. Once again, it's out of conference, right? I don't think they're in the same conference, I'm pretty sure. So that helps as well.
His schedule's tough, too. I'm like, so he had obviously the 3 buys, Hardcor. Next week he has Thursday, and then Nasty, and then Yofi, and then Stoner Gamer, and then a buy. So it looks like we do have Hardcor joining us.
Right, yeah. And you missed. Baker is also undefeated at 1-0. So,
oops. Sorry,
yeah,
Baker.
So, Coach.
How's it going, guys? How was the call?
It was fun, man. Well, it was fun for a while, and then we kind of ran out of things to talk about. But how do you feel, man?
You know, I feel pretty good. I tell you what, that score does not reflect how good of a player Rocky Top is. Especially defensively. He made me work hard, and there's no doubt about it. I got a couple. Well, maybe not a couple, but obviously that one crazy lucky play with that tip pass. I only ended up getting 3 points out of it, but he definitely didn't necessarily have luck on his side by any imagination. So he's a really good player. This is his first game in the G12 this season, so he's just getting in his own groove, and I wouldn't be shocked if I end up seeing him again.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying, Coach, is a tough first draw for him taking on the champ, taking on the GOAT, the Terminator. But, I mean, great game all around for you. Like I kept saying all game, you have too many weapons on offense, but then on defense, John pointing out how you love using that middle linebacker and then also that free safety, strong safety spot. I think you kind of switch. But it seems like every play on defense, you're making a play with one of those guys. So I think I'm more impressed so far with your defense than your offense. Not really a question, just a statement.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Defensively, I was super happy with how we played. I agree with you, Emigs, on how you usually how you characterize fumbles as being lucky. It absolutely was lucky in that first drive, but the fact that we got in there with our best player and went for the user strip and we were able to make him cough it up,
that was not lucky. I said it in that was not lucky. That was a great.
It was a little lucky. It was a little lucky, but I'll take it. I'll take it all day because that was a huge, huge opening drive stop, especially after we threw a pick. But then all game long, every time I thought maybe he had figured us out, we were able to kind of get back together a little bit. And at the end of it, I mean, we only give up one touchdown. Like I did not come in expecting that at all. I'm right there with you, Emigs. I think defensively we are playing outstanding football right now.
Yeah, I mean, to you, who was the player of the game? Who was your best player tonight? Who made the biggest impact, in your opinion?
That's a good question. I mean, it's hard to argue Nike Jordan. I mean, he had a $130 rushing and 2 touchdowns. He also had another touchdown through the air. So obviously he's one. But I'll tell you what, John Dev Goat, the wide receiver, number 3, he ended up with 5 catches and 85 yards and a touchdown. But what he was able to do as far as keeping the pressure off of us, not letting him put 11, 8, 9 guys in the box, whatever the case may be, being able to throw the football on first down was kind of the difference in this one. He kind of had us figured out there for a little bit, and once I made an adjustment to throw the ball a little bit more, we were able to kind of separate ourselves a little bit. So I'd say he's kind of the unsung player. Defensively, obviously, everyone played good. We're ball hawks right now. I mean, we had a couple picks, but we could have had a couple more, so I'm pretty happy with how we're playing all around on defense. I don't think it's necessarily one guy on defense, but it's a group effort.
Yeah, definitely. Both of those safeties back there are deadly. And then LeVar Arrington, the heir apparent, apparently he's been killing it. Coach, what do you think of the nickname Nike Ground Jordan?
Nike Ground Jordan? I don't know if I get it.
Like Air Jordan. See, if I have to explain it, it's not good, right?
He's on the ground. He does all his work on the ground.
I see. Yeah, that's
I told you, it's not gonna stick. It's terrible. It was a good try, but it's just not gonna happen.
I'll figure it out. So,
because you couldn't see our chat, so there's a little bit of talk. Well, we talked about a little bit when you go back and watch this towards the end of this game. Is we talked about who's gonna beat you, who's got a shot at this, right? And when that starts coming up, people are saying, Pyre, for example, says he's one injury away from Jordan from being a scrub, right? So how do you manage that, knowing that you've got a dynamic guy? You talked about it's a team effort, which is kind of what I was saying. I don't know that you're necessarily one injury away from being a terrible team, obviously. But, how do you manage that late in these games with them not being so close, but also getting to play with as good a team as we know that you like to do? How do you kind of see through that and manage that from week to week?
Yeah, I mean, number one, we got to win the game, right? So do whatever it takes to win the game. I felt pretty good as far as when we kind of took him out there. It was nice that we were able to get that last touchdown before him and then take him out. But honestly, to counter kind of what Pirates say, I mean, he didn't do very much in that first half for us. I mean, I think he had caught that one touchdown pass. And yeah, he's a threat, don't get me wrong, but we were able to move the football, especially with good old big Emigs, in a lot of those situations. So I'm confident in our ability if we need to, but obviously if we have them, we're going to use them. But when it comes to these situations late in the game, yeah, we got to get them out of there. We got to rest them. And that's what I did. I would have liked to take them out a little bit earlier maybe. But you know what? We made it through the game, and going into next game, we'll continue to see if we can balance it. But we're gonna try to win every single game and get comfortable, and then we'll move on from there.
Coach, I have a question. Compared to Oklahoma, I don't think you have, and this is someone else made this point. I'm kind of building off it. Compared to Oklahoma, you didn't have a guy like Nike Jordan. But overall, I do think it was a better team. It was Macduff. Macduff made this point.
Yeah.
It was a better team overall, but I don't think you had a guy as dynamic as Nike Jordan. Do you think this Penn State team is better, more geared to how you're trying to play the game?
I don't know if I would go that far because it's just different styles, right? Like, I basically am running my offense through Nike Jordan. So obviously it's going to make Nike Jordan look like a freaking superstar. That means I'm doing well enough on offense where that's the case. On Oklahoma, I think we had 5 wide receivers that I felt comfortable with on third down that I could throw the football to. Like, it was constantly all over the field that I could throw the football to. And then the running backs weren't Nike Jordan types. Like, yeah, you could make the argument maybe we're more potent to score on any single play. But I would argue that that Oklahoma team had the ability to control the ball a lot better than this Penn State team. So it's just different strengths and different weaknesses. And obviously you don't have Rattler who can make a little bit more plays with his feet. But so it just give and take and working the offense around whatever you have.
Yeah, good point.
All right. So let's talk about, as we kind of move on from this week, how you're feeling about next week. We got a guy who's on a roll with a good quarterback in Kaz in Florida State. Kind of what are you looking forward to as you think about now preparing for week 5?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, man. We had a freaking gauntlet to start the year. We got Yofi, we got Rocky, we got Kaz Cray next. I think we got Thrizzy after that, and then we have Baker. Like, I mean, come on. We got the hard hitters right in a row, right after each other. So there's no breaks here whatsoever. We're going to enjoy tonight a little bit, have a little bit more beer, and then we'll move on to Kaz Cray. I know Blackman's a threat with him running the football. I got to go back and watch a little bit more of his defense, but he's going to be a tough challenger, man. He's going to be a tough out, no doubt about it. I mean, it's going to be a dogfight, and that's exactly kind of what it was tonight, and I expect nothing less next week.
Well, Kaz Cray's in chat saying he wants the smoke. He's ready for it.
Well, that's what I would expect from him, and I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome.
All right, Coach. Well, appreciate you dropping in after the win. Congratulations on a 2-0 start and an impressive start, and we'll, I'm sure, be talking to you soon.
Yeah, absolutely. John, Emigs, appreciate you guys very much. MacDub in the production truck, thank you as well. We'll be playing our bowl game over at Frisco State if you guys want to catch us.
Oh, goodbye, Corey.
All right.
See you, Coach. Thanks for coming in.
Bye.
Oh, man.
Oh, got an awkward pause out of that one.
I didn't know what was happening. So let's talk about it. Tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Central Standard Time, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, the time that I live on, and then I think Emigs is like in Western or I don't even know what you're on anymore.
Pacific time.
Mountain. Are you on Mountain?
Is it? We're Mountain time.
What do you? I don't know. Some time zone nobody ever talks about is what you're in. Once again, got to resize me, make me fit the screen.
Yeah, I forgot to put a filter on. So
that's okay.
We were gonna raid Baker. I think he was planning on doing his coach's show, which I forget the name of it. He had
Lost in a nut.
Yeah, there we go. Yes, but I don't see him online unless I'm missing him. If somebody does see him online, so I guess if he's not online, we're not gonna raid him. But be on the lookout. Maybe he's just running a little bit late. But I do believe he's planning on doing that. So if you guys keep an eye out on that for him tonight, we'll probably. I don't know if I want to raid Hardcor. I guess we probably will. There's a few other guys in the community and girls that we could. You know what? Let's do this. Let's take a chat vote.
All right.
We got 49er. We got Switzo. I see that. Is Angela still on?
Yeah, she's still on. She's pulling it up. Yeah.
Coach Kurt. So we got.
Drizzy's just listing them all out. His fingers are going fast.
Yeah.
What do you think of the New Jersey, Drizzy? No big deal.
Yeah. No big deal. That's right. That man hasn't. If that isn't the most overrated receiver in the NFL, I don't know who is.
Comeback season, baby. Comeback season.
Come back so
yeah.
he can just complain and not get the ball thrown to him.
I love it.
It's my wide receiver.
All right. Well, nobody else really
Said anything else. I mean, Drizzy gave you like 45 choices, so it really wasn't
did
a
give
vote.
us a ton of options.
Can we have one option? So we can't rate all 12 people.
Next person that types one name, that's who we're gonna rate. Also, Hardcore still is an option.
Do you have a med kit, Libby?
Let's raid like whoever has the most people on right now, like some Call of Duty guy.
Oh. Yeah, let's help some guy that's pulling like 30,000.
I think the big time streamers will.
Oh, I love
like,
Striking Viking.
turn it off.
That's a good guy.
We could do that. He's playing the show, but we could do that.
He's awesome.
We'll do that. So, guys, if Baker does get on, be on the lookout for that. Is Bustin' a Nut? Is that what it is?
It's either like Bustin' Nuts or I don't think he went with that. I voted that one, but he didn't like that one.
Okay.
I don't think you went with it. I think you just really wanted to say that via stream is really what it comes down. So, guys, game of the week tomorrow night. Like I said, 8:00. Mac Dub. Ohio. It's late. Oklahoma State versus Yofi with the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Be there. It's going to be a great game, I'm sure, and we'll love to see you there. Anything else before we go, Emigs?
Nutty by nature. That's it. No, nothing from me. Thank you, Hottie Toddy. Thanks everyone for coming out and chat. Someone just take them down. Come on.
Yeah. And if you guys didn't get a chance to, make sure you go back and watch the VOD, watch the introduction to the big board with Emigs, and then make sure you just watch that show too. There you go. All right, guys. Well, we're out of here. We're going to go raid Striking Viking. Welcome to the Horde. Thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight, and we'll be back tomorrow, 8 p.m. Central.